And here is part 2.
We've lost communication with the Messiah spacecraft, although we continue to track it visually. We don't know how many are alive. We don't know their condition. Now we have to make some decisions together. What do we do?
What do we do?
You have a choice. We have a choice.
Now listen to the choices.
Right now.
And I'll explain.
Ever since the comet was discovered, we've been hoping and working for the best. But we've also been planning for the worst. Our strategy has been twofold. First, our Strategic Missile Command is prepared to coordinate with the Russians a massive strike of Titan missiles to
Russians?
intercept the comets.
Coordinating?
If we can deflect these comets enough, they will bounce harmlessly off our atmosphere and head on out into space.
Part 2. What's the other part?
Unfortunately, the Titans cannot be launched until the comets are only a few hours away. And while we are confident the missile attack will succeed,
They were confident, yeah.
it is only prudent that we now take cautionary steps to ensure the continuation of
Listen to the
life.
cautionary step.
Guarantee that there will be enough of us left to rebuild a new world in the unlikely event that the comets do strike the Earth.
What do you mean?
So, in the soft limestone of Missouri, we've been preparing a network of immense caves.
Thank
We're
you!
almost finished. And we can put 1 million people in them.
I'm going to leave it right there. If you do not understand, again, reality, this makes no sense to you. This came out in 1988. And the things that happened in this movie are coming to life right now. We have Russian agreements and troops here. We have agreements in place. If there's ever a natural disaster, like Janet Napolitano said, the largest natural disaster we've ever known is going to happen, we have agreements with the Russians that they'll help us. Can you see where I'm going with this? These guys built bunkers, an underground cave system to hold 1 million people. Now understand something. If you don't know that we have been digging across this country immensely like a bunch of damn gophers eating up a golf course, you don't get what's going on. We've been digging bunkers like crazy. Where do you think all these massive earthquakes or these sinkholes are coming from? We are digging through the planet like a rat going crazy. Think about it. Again, one incident, one issue means nothing. If you add them all together, they create this movie. All the events and issues, they create the movie. It is just odd. It makes me question everything when I see it come to fruition. Do you get it? This movie came out in 1988, folks. Over a decade ago. And yet, the things that they talk about in this movie were like they were running the script to reality. A black president. Come on, now give me a break now, man. Really? It was a joke back in 98, a black president. You guys are out of your mind. Well, what's in office right now? What's flying by Earth right now? What's in outer space right now? If you don't believe me about bunkers, Google it. And you'll wake up and go, oh shit, there's some merit to this. You're damn right there's merit to this. What do you think happened in the Louisiana sinkhole? Oh, maybe you don't even know what's in Louisiana. Maybe you're too busy paying attention to everything but Louisiana. I bet you could quote the hell in sports, though. The Louisiana sinkhole issue, all the upventing of gases, is because we fractured an underground tube where they keep gas. Yes, man, screwed up again. And we broke the chamber that holds enough gas, if ignited or was to detonate, Louisiana would no longer be Louisiana. It'd be a gaping hole. Scientific fact. Pontificate upon that. We have been digging in this planet deep, deep, deep in this planet. You might have heard other terms called fracking. Yeah, you're fracking right. There's a humongous underground cave system across this United States of ours that goes from one end of the coast to the other. Deep inside the limestone, yeah, deep underground. There's an entire immense highway system. I bet you didn't know that. I bet you also didn't know what the hell is under there. Who's under there? You need to wake up, folks. This is the kind of stuff that makes me my brain doesn't shut off because I connect the dots. Gotta pay attention to a lot of these old movies. There's so much detail and so many things that have actually come to come to fruition to go, holy crap, we should take a look at this. We should, Where'd they get this storyline from? Because we're kind of living the storyline. Wake up, folks.
They're almost finished. And we can put 1 million people in them. And that 1 million people can survive there underground for 2 years.
Ask yourself, how are they going to survive for 2 years underground? Oh, because they've been preparing, stocking food, water, medical supplies, air, seeds, plants, etc. Skill sets, doctors. They've been prepping.
Air clears and the dust settles.
In 1,000 years?
And the cave is more than a dormitory.
Yeah, cave,
It's
underground.
our new Noah's Ark.
Get it?
We're storing seeds and seedlings, plants, animals, enough to start over.
You need to see what they have done. 2 years ago, there was a massive push to categorize every species on the planet. Every species. It's an ark. It is a vault. It is a seedling vault of every known species of plant that we have has been put into a vault. I believe it is in the Arctic someplace. It is deep below ground where the constant temperature of the earth is something like -40. So the seeds will stay forever. Why did they do this? Why did they go and categorize every species of animal? Why? And they rushed it. In 2 years they did this shit, and then they stuck it all in this vault as a capsule, like you said, to restart humanity over here. You got to know what they're doing for real, so when you see it in TV, it makes you go, click, wait a minute, hold up.
On August 10th, a computer will randomly select 800,000 Americans to join the 200,000 scientists, doctors, engineers, teachers, soldiers, and artists who have already been chosen. Other countries are preparing similar caves along whatever lines they feel are best to preserve their way of life.
Thank you.
Beginning tonight and continuing until the crisis passes, I am declaring a state of martial law.
Bingo! Martial law. Now, understand something. How are they selecting these, many people that are going to be randomly selected? Another thing you should look at. Now, there's two facets of this mailbox thing. Red dots on the mailbox, blue dots on the mailbox. It just makes me think, because that's what I do. I look for the puzzle pieces and I try to put them together into a shape that does not conform to the crazy conspiracy side and does not conform to the government bullshit excuse side. There's someplace in the middle. Red box, blue box, random selection. Makes you think.
The armed forces and the National Guard are working with local law enforcement. A national curfew
And
begins
foreign
at midnight tonight.
troops,
Now, wherever you are,
a.k.a. Russians.
go home.
Go home. You go home.
Stay off the roads after sunset. Crimes against persons or property will be dealt with swiftly and harshly.
Really? With what court system, which is illegal to begin with? You going to put me in jail versus the meteorite coming to kill half the planet, all the planet? Man, you know what's going to happen. If this was ever to happen, there'd be anarchy, and they know this.
News stations around the nation are being faxed copies of the lottery procedure as we speak, and they'll be broadcasting the details to you in a few moments.
A lottery. Just think, folks. Again, just keep your eyes open. Eyes wide open.